Novak Djokovic has learned who he must beat if he wants to win the French Open. Novak Djokovic has learned his fate in the French Open draw as he bids to win a record 25th Grand Slam title. The Serb has not lifted a major trophy in 19 months, but he has good memories at Stade Roland Garros. He won the Olympic gold medal there last summer. However, Djokovic hasn't picked up any other titles since the beginning of 2024 and has struggled for form during the clay swing. Despite dropping to number 6 in the world, he has a relatively favorable draw with no hugely in-form players in his quarter. But if he makes it out of his section, he will have to go through his two toughest current rivals. Djokovic is the 6th seed at this year's French Open. Although his ranking has slipped from the very top, he has an arguably kind quarter in Paris. However, he would likely have to face both Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz to lift the title. He will open his campaign for a 4th Roland Garros crown against Mackenzie McDonald, the American world number 99. The 3-time champion in Paris will then face either a qualifier, lucky loser, or Frenchman Corentin Moutet. If he meets Moutet, there could be fireworks, as the world number 76 is never far from drama or controversy. Number 27 seed Denis Shapovalov is a potential third-round opponent, with Pedro Martinez or Buyun Chauquet also in the mix. Things would get a little tougher in round 4, as Djokovic could face 11th seed Daniil Medvedev, though the Russian has had a disappointing season by his standards so far. 22 seed Ugo Humbert is another likely foe, but he has also struggled on the clay this year after breaking his finger. Former world number 3 Stan Wawrinka, who beat Djokovic in the final here a decade ago, could also be on the cards in round 4, but now aged 40 and ranked down at number 139. It will be tricky for Wawrinka to make it that far in the draw. Last year's runner-up and 3rd seed Alexander Zverev is the most likely quarterfinal opponent. However, he is another player who is largely out of form and suffered a shock second-round defeat in Hamburg this week. Francisco Cerundolo, the 18th seed, could also meet the Serb in the quarters. Djokovic injured his knee while facing Cerundolo in the 4th round last year, winning the match in 5 sets before pulling out of the tournament. If he makes it out of his quarter, Djokovic is projected to face world no. 1 Sinner in the semi-final. Then, world number 2 and reigning champion Alcaraz would be the most likely opponent in the final, and Djokovic is well aware that the 2 young stars are his biggest nemeses when it comes to claiming big titles. They are now the leaders of our sport. Their rivalry is currently the biggest, and it is good for our sport that we have new young tennis players, the world know. 6 said in Geneva this week. Djokovic has technically not lost a match at the French Open since 2022, when Rafael Nadal beat him in the quarterfinal. He lifted the trophy in 2023 for the 3rd time, and last year he reached the quarters before pulling out injured. The 38-year-old also won 6 matches in a row on court Philippe Chatrier to claim the Olympic gold medal last summer, and he will be hoping to pick up where he left off when he returns to Paris.